Hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and welcome to the Jesus Enrique Rosas Show, episode 64. You know that we are live through YouTube on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, on X, Kinesics, and on Rumble as well. And every single episode with a number like this one, you will be able to find it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio, like 1 hour after the show ends. So we are ready to begin, but before, you remember that the best way to support this channel is to like and subscribe. We are already 700,000 on YouTube. We achieved that incredible milestone yesterday, and I say we because this is only because of you. And remember to make sure that you go to the link in the description to download my free body language tips. 100 body language tips for learning. Very, very practical tips for reading and controlling your body language as well. And you will be subscribed to my emails. I need to keep writing those emails again. Let me make sure that I have everything ready to begin. Let me highlight the live chat. Wow, the live chat. Remember that throughout this show, this is the mechanics of this show. If you're new here, I will cover the topics that are more or less in the title, the description of this live. At the same time, I will keep an eye on your comments, and if I see nice comments, if I see cool comments, I will read them out loud and I will highlight them. So you have the opportunity to appear. You have the opportunity to appear on my show. The only thing you have to do is to send a comment through the live chat, and you will be able to appear at any point. At any point, you will be able to appear if you send a nice comment, and of course, if I see it, that is important as well. But I make sure to keep an eye on your comments. Also, your super chats and super stickers are guaranteed to be featured in here. But meanwhile, I need to go and make sure to pop out my chat on X. We got the chat on YouTube, we got the chat on Rumble, we got the chat on X, and also I need to highlight, make sure I go to my X dashboard. Anything that is going on right now, I will process through my X dashboard. And also, okay, have everything here. We are ready to begin. Thank you, Boutique Mats, for remarks to my tie. I try to have it a little mix and match. Jesus, please read Biden and his body language with his farewell. That's one of the topics that we got today. We also have Trump's official portrait. By the way, I needed to download the 2016. Made a comparison. I was preparing the video. I was preparing that topic. We're about to talk about those pictures, but we also need to compare with the 2016 picture. And I'm going to make sure to download it. It was a smiling. Back in the day, he was a smiling, but now is not. Okay, we're ready to begin. And among the first quick topics that we are going to be reviewing today. First topic that we are going to be reviewing is Daniel Penny was seen again on the subway. For those of you who don't know, Daniel Penny is that guy that saved a lot of people from a crazy guy whom he put on a chokehold. And the crazy guy, well, not even the police wanted to touch him. He was pretty much alive when Daniel handed him to the police. But the guy passed out because, reasons. Not only the things that were on his system, but the police did not do anything about because they didn't want to get near the guy because he smelled so bad or something like that. But he saved all those people. He was, they trying to indict him. They're trying to, put him in jail but he was a hero. Everybody knew that he was the hero of the New York City subway. He's back on the subway. How is it possible? Yeah, well, this is the guy. He's just reading. He's wearing a scarf, by the way. I guess that maybe people were saying, oh, wait, why is he wearing a scarf? Well, maybe he is going to use the scarf in case trouble arises. He can use the scarf like a Jackie Chan or something. And another remark that I want to do is his shoes. You know that you can tell a lot about people by their shoes. And yeah, subways are safe again, thanks to Daniel Penny at Kina Starling. I agree. Subways are safe again. Make subways safe again. But the most relevant thing is that he's back on the subway. The guy, that takes balls. That takes balls. And in other topics that might not be as heroic and quite disturbing, in fact, the breaking, the House just passed a bill to declare that illegal aliens who commit sex crimes or domestic violence are inadmissible and deportable. And from that voting, 145 Democrats voted against that. Let that sink in. It was passed. It was 274 against 145. But almost 150 Democrats voted for keeping illegal aliens who commit sex crimes or domestic violence. I mean, this is... You ask the question, how can you wonder why these people are going to lose not only the past presidential elections, but all the elections from now on if they keep at this, if they keep putting illegals before Americans? I don't get this. I hope that they are removed from their job because they are doing a very lousy job at protecting the interests of American citizens. But that's just me. And oh, you don't know anything about politics. I know something about morals and ethics, and this is disturbing. This is disturbing to say the least. But we are ready to start our main course of this show, today's show. What are the main topics of today's show? We're ready. Let's see my glass of water. Let me see what we have to say about this. Trump's official photo. And why does it look like this? What does it convey? Time to talk about the Trump's official picture and make a detailed body language analysis and a photographic analysis. And why did he choose to look like this? The first thing, of course, when I saw this picture, the first impulse I had is this looks a lot like that legendary Mark shot. You remember that Mark shot? It was in 2023. I remember it well. I dedicated a video to analyze that Mark shot, and you can't tell me that it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that. When you see it side by side, you see that at least the angle of the head. Well, the angle of the head. I'm going to talk about the lighting, which is very important. The angle of the head is almost the same. The facial expression, there are subtle differences. We're going to be analyzing the highest quality possible in 4K. But by the way, just a reminder that in terms of the mugshot, I always remember this version of the mugshot. But for me, you know that I love Japan, and this was, as a meme, one of the coolest and more badass versions of Trump's mugshot. It was just for reference. I had a lot of fun looking at this one. I had this as the background of my mobile phone at some point. But well, let's talk about this. What is the first impression that you have? The first impression is that there's something ominous, like he means business, like he is really serious. I'm gonna zoom in. There's a lot of quality in this picture. In fact, I have a higher quality one here. And there is a very good explanation of why this looks so, powerful. And I think the exact word is ominous. They use, let's say it's not a not very common way of lighting the face. There is this huge light, which is from the bottom up. And you can tell there was this strong light from the bottom up, because when you zoom into his eyes, his pupils, you can see right here, this is the bright light that it was on the table. Right on the table, there was this bright light, and you can see that there was one fill light on the top. What does it do? Well, it is very simple. When you're camping and you're telling terror stories or something like that, and you put a flashlight to your face and you do like this. So yeah, that you do this effect. Having a light from the bottom up gives that effect, that ominous effect. Of course, you have a strong fill light. You don't have that shadows that are that contrasting, but still has that effect. Like he comes and he means business to whatever he's going to do. You can see that, for example, the tip of his nose, the bottom of his lips, the bottom part of his chin, the little bags under the eyes, all that is light up. The bottom of the glabella is also light up. All that brings that effect. All that emphasizes that effect of being, it's the same word that we have said, ominous. Now, the other thing that people were noticing was the difference with one side to the other side of the face. Usually, we could say that the left side of the face is more emotional, and when you see a more expressive right side of his face, remember that his right side is this one. If you see this more expressive, that is more intentional. If you see the left side react in a stronger emotion, that is more spontaneous. If you see the right side of the face, that is more intentional. That was more on purpose. And you can see that he had that look. He has that look that he is going for all these people who are against making America great again. Against all the, for example, all the illegals that have to be deported. Well, he's got his eyes put on them. But also we need to compare this against the photo from 2016, and in which we had much more conventional lighting. The lighting was completely even all over his face. He was smiling. It was a broad smile, and it was a very symmetrical smile in which both eyes, I could say that both eyes have the same intensity. It was a genuine smile that he was doing, but it was the photo itself, it was a bit bland, It lacked, it was presidential, not gonna lie, it was real presidential. By the way, he was wearing a blue tie. He is wearing a blue tie again. And I think that the reason to wearing a blue tie is to not look too partisan. That you wear you could wear a red tie. I don't know if if that's part of the protocol that you have to wear a blue tie. I didn't check it, but it's interesting that he chose a blue tie in all cases. In terms of the tie itself, this is the current tie that he chose, a flat, shiny tie. The tie is, a bit rough. It's quite a bit rough. In fact, it happens what we were talking yesterday about Biden. You see the double tie, that the other part of the tie is showing below. I correct myself. This is not the back of the tie. It's that it's there's this the little dimple on the tie, but at the same time, it's it's a very rough made. It's not perfect. Like, okay, I'm about to, maybe I mean business. This doesn't have to be perfect. Let me see the one. This was a double knot. This was a single knot in this case. Single knot, it's usually, this is a single knot. This single knot is usually a bit asymmetrical. And he used to be a double knot back then in 2016. Much more classical, much more symmetric. This was nice, but it was a bit boring. It was a picture a bit boring. This is much more. Look at that. That is what I want you to see. The contrast between the shadows. You see that there's this shadows on his face and the lighting, which is from the bottom up to this. Well, it's amazing, the difference between one and the other. What can we say about the expression? I said this when I was analyzing the mugshot a couple of years back. The expression naturally is how can I use this word? How can I use this word and people don't misinterpret it? The thing is that there are definitions to words in which you can use certain head angles that can look arrogant, in the sense that if you do this, it's like you put your chin up. That is quite an arrogant pose. You can keep your chin pretty much neutral, like in 2016. His chin is perfectly aligned with the horizontal. It's neutral, doesn't convey anything in particular. But when you put your chin down, like in the mugshot or in this picture, well, it is more like I'm going to say the word predatory, because that is a predator. That is a predator face. Okay? Again, you can take me out of context. I really don't care, because I know that my audience knows the nuances of English and language, and know that when we're talking about predator, it's like you're not a victim, you're the predator. You're going hunting. Like it's like that Bjork song. Yeah, it's like he's going hunting. He is the predator who is going hunting. That is the symbol. That is the feeling that you get from that head angle. That is why it's so powerful. But back then in the mugshot, so that there was this. We had basically the same no asymmetry in the eyes. Both were open the same way. But right now, the lighting, the angle of the head, the asymmetry between the eyes, this is really dangerous. It looks dangerous. Badass with focus, says Lena. Lena, okay, there's your other comment. Yeah, predator as in a mighty lion or leopard hunting its prey. That's exactly what I mean. So, again, someone said in the chat, eye of the tiger, he means business. Yeah, make America godly again. Again, this is and I also see that there are some anti-Trumpers here. You're welcome, of course, as long as you are polite with your comments. Again, you're welcome. Cry harder, no problem. Cry harder in the comments. But again, this is very important, because this is what sets up. This is how you prime what is going to be Trump's next 4 years. What do I mean by priming? Priming is like, if you have this, okay, maybe Trump was hopeful that he could do many things for the United States. We already know through so many documentaries, we know through so many recollections, so many videos, that the Obama administration in those last few months, they made everything to make Trump's life miserable. And well, now we have the idea with this image, with this photo, that is not going to happen this time. He already knows so many things. He has the experience. He has he's been shot at. that's something that is important, and he knows that what he's facing, he has literally nothing to lose. This is his second term, nothing to lose. He's going to do whatever it takes to fix what the Biden-Harris administration did. We're going to be talking about Biden in a minute. But most important, all the things that are happening in the world will be, determined by the priming of this picture, as in what is happening in Ukraine and Russia, what is happening in the Middle East, or what is happening in the UK, Canada. All of them have to understand that this is the Trump that they will be dealing with. Okay, all right. So this one is the one that they will be dealing with. That's why a picture is so important, because that represents the person. Literally represents you. It's like the avatar that you use in social media. You want to make sure that it represents your message, your personality, your character. That is a topic for very interesting video, by the way, because that's the impression that people will get. For example, when you read someone's tweet and you see the avatar, the tone of the tweet is always going to be modified by the picture itself. The tone of these 4 years of Trump are going to be at any point or another. Well, this is going to be a big influence. Then I'm pretty sure that it was not exactly trolling. I don't think that this was exactly trolling people. I'm going to troll people. I'm going to use a picture similar to my mugshot. I think this was more like, you need to remember that all that I have been through, all that they had thrown at me, and I emerge from this. And that is the main message that we have to take from this. I need to talk about Vance's picture as well, which is way more strong. It still has a very very strong contrast. It's not usual, this contrast. It doesn't have, let me see, it doesn't have the same bottom to top lighting. The lighting is much more conventional. He also uses a blue tie. And there's a huge distinction that you could have spotted immediately. One of them is an American shot, which is from the waist of the solar plexus up, Vance's, and the other is a close-up, which is a close-up on Trump. I think in fact, Trump's picture is much closer than the one in 2016, which adds to the intensity of the picture itself. That's important. The closer you are to the closer the camera is to you, or the more you feel the frame, the more intense and closer is the zoom, the more intense is going to be the expression, the more powerful is going to be the impression. It's only going to amplify the effect of the facial expression on whoever looks at it. So imagine that picture, that picture on a poster on a wall. It'll be really impactful. And again, Vance, my only complaint is that I would have expected Vance to to use this one, this picture for his official VP photo, but you cannot have everything that you want in life. Again, making a quick summary. Very important, the lighting from the bottom up has that ominous effect, like you're having this, you're telling this scary story at a campfire with a flashlight. You have the asymmetry on the eyes, as in you're ready to, you're pouncing, you're prowling, you're a predator, you're hunting, which is emphasized by the tilt of the head, also having a nod to the mugshot. And most important is how close is he to the camera, how he feels all the frame, which makes the expression all the more impactful. Like Jameson says, no political figure has gone through what Trump has gone. Yeah, I agree. Vance's picture is really good. I agree as well. Let me put both of them so we can look at them both. Love that one from J.D. Vance. Yes. JD has lovely eyes. Yeah, the guy has some pretty striking eyes, and they are really there's an A10s, spot on A10s. See other of your comments. Where can I get some of that does that to my eyes? I don't know. There's something. Well, aura. We can you can project aura in many ways. But again, this is something that it's so impactful how a photograph can be, and all the opinions that you can have, and not only in the live chat but in the comments. I would love to know what do you think about this in the comments. But let's highlight the live chat. Let's highlight the live chat because I want to know all your opinions while we move on to the next topic. We have 4 topics today. We're going to be quite... it's going to be... let me see. It's going to be a tight show. It's ready here. Vans use eyeliner. I don't think so. I don't think so, but well, if you say so, I'm pretty sure that everybody in the house right now knows much more about eyeliner than me. Oh well. It scares the liberals. I agree. It scares the liberals. We have to move on. Moving on to the farewell message from the worst president in the history of the United States, Joe Biden. And I'm not gonna post this 17 minutes. No, that would be too much. I'm going to put on the show the highlights, and let's look at his body language, which is the usual. I don't know which version of Biden is this, which clone is this, but at least you could understand more or less what he was saying. But he was talking about misinformation, one of my favorite topics, because you know that misinformation is something that people throw around a lot these days, but they don't really know how to define it. How can they define it? And let's hear it from the guy himself. Americans
are being buried.
Oh, sorry, I have that problem with my audio now. Okay, now we're gonna be.
Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power.
Enabling the abuse of power. Who's in power, Joe? Who's been in power? You see that? Whose abuse of power has been enabled? Who's been in office this 4 years?
The free press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact-checking. The truth is smothered by lies, told for power and for profit. We must hold the social platforms accountable to protect our children, our families.
No, but the social platforms realize that trying to curb misinformation, trying to, how to say this, control the flow of opinions, it's not good business in the long run. You see, you saw Mark Zuckerberg. He's trying to kiss the ring of Donald Trump just to appease him. Oh, I will behave. No. Mark Zuckerberg is a snake. We already know that he's a snake. But he's trying to, turn the narrative around.
In a very democracy, from the abuse of power.
Abuse of power. You're the one who has abused power, Joe. You're the one who has abused power in every single way. We are not going to miss you. Nobody's going to miss you at all. Just in, Biden issues final warning to America, says an oligarchy is forming. Has he looked at his own party over the past few decades by chance? Let's see what he has to say about this.
That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. And this is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people.
Didn't Soros support you and Kamala? Didn't Bill Gates support you and Kamala? Didn't Jeff Bezos supported you and Kamala? Didn't Mark Zuckerberg supported you and Kamala back in 2020? I can go on all day long. I can go for hours of all the people with the money who has supported you and your policies. Don't get me started with Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. That lady is woke as F. But that's not the topic of this video. But I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy of Biden's farewell message. And by the way, I don't know why the video everywhere has this a green color grading. It's like this green tone, like he's in the Matrix or something. I don't know why there's a meaning behind that. Maybe he's green with envy or something. I don't know.
The dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked.
All right.
Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence.
You already say that. You're repeating yourself, but well.
That literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead.
What? In which? Let me get it straight. He just said, and this is the kind of things that I detest about libtards, starting from this guy, and I don't care if he's senile. I don't care if he has dementia. I don't care. I really don't like the guy, and I'm going to call him out, and all the handlers and all the puppet masters.
Our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead.
In which way the fact that billionaires exist, it means that other people are not going to have a shot to get ahead. You know that you can make money virtually from anywhere right now, right? Right? The internet. Everybody has access to the internet right now. And you can go to the public library and have access to the internet. And you can, sell things. You can flip things. You can enter any kind of business right now. America used to be, before your term, the place to go because anyone could make it in America. It was the land of what is possible. It so happens that these wealthy people, these billionaires, you're speaking like Bernie Sanders, by the way. You're speaking like a true socialist. All these are commies. All these commies. No, that. There's absolutely nothing to do one thing with the other. In all cases, the pie always gets bigger. The pie always gets bigger. The economy always grows. There's opportunity for everybody. There are new businesses everywhere. There are new ideas online all the time. You just have to look for them, but you want to perpetuate the victimhood in people. Oh, there are these millionaires, there's billionaires there. Because they exist, then I cannot have. If they pay their fair share, then I will have. You are stimulating people. You're keeping people depending on handouts. And that's how libtards remain in power. That's how socialists remain in power. They make sure that the people feel like victims. And then the state comes and tries to help them with handouts. That's why they put all the wealthy people as enemies of the state. And of course, now they are enemies of the state because, well, they have sided with Trump. But weren't they as rich, as wealthy when they supported you? Hypocrisy. That's a hypocrisy. There's no other way.
We see the consequences all across America. And we've seen it before.
Which consequences, Joe? I want details.
More than a century ago, but the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy. They just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to.
Yeah, this is the classic socialist, communist speech. Oh, the wealthy, the struggle of the classes. That doesn't apply anymore. That hasn't applied since like 10 or 20 years. That doesn't work anymore because people can literally thrive anywhere with a mobile phone. It's that simple. You cannot keep repeating that, but you still know that, oh, Biden, he's so wise, he has so many years, he must know what he said. There are people that are so brainwashed that they still think that because some people have more than them, then that's why they don't have. Like this is some kind of zero-sum game. No, the economy is growing. So as the economy grows, and I'm not talking only about America's economy, I'm talking about the world's economy, there's more opportunity to anybody. That's how a Venezuelan can speak about American politics, not being inside the United States, not being a citizen of the United States. That's an example. That's one example. But no, they want you to feel like a victim. Oh, Elon Musk is evil. Since Elon Musk is a billionaire sending rockets into the oh, how many children could have been fed with one rocket of last time I checked, I think that children don't eat rockets, but still I'm not a specialist in the topic, but I think that doesn't fit. That doesn't work like the way, but you know how it is with socialists, how they want to control people with those narratives. Also, breaking, Joe Biden just sent out an address to the nation in his final days as president to randomly release an eerie message about the Statue of Liberty. The surprise of nearly everyone who viewed this video. This is the same video, or this is a different one? Is this the same video? I think that this has different contrast. I think this is the same, but the color grading is different. Let's watch this. I'll have to pump up the volume is the only thing.
Long ago in New York Harbor, an iron worker installed beam after beam, day after day. He was joined by steel workers.
Oh no, I need to remove the music in this one. I don't want to be copyrighted. It's gonna be really quick. Just isolate the voice, and we can keep listening.
Stonemasons, engineers. They built not just a single structure, but a beacon of freedom. The very idea of America was so big, we felt the entire world needed to see. The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is not standing still. Her foot literally steps forward atop a broken chain of human bondage. She's on the march, and she literally moves. She was built to sway back and forth to withstand the fury of stormy weather.
The only time that we were worried about the Statue of Liberty was because of David Copperfield. Just random fact.
Stand the test of time because storms are always coming. She sways a few inches, but she never falls into the current below. An engineering marvel.
Did someone else write it for you, Joe? Because you absolutely didn't write that. I think that your brain, your conscious brain, is not registering what you're saying. You're just reading words on a screen. He's just reading words on his word after word. And you can see that he's got that expression. Okay, you have a teleprompter. You need to address the nation. I understand that you absolutely need a teleprompter, but boy, you can at least check what you're going to read before you read it, because it's going to be a bit embarrassing. It's going to be embarrassing.
The Statue of Liberty is also an enduring symbol of the soul of our nation. A soul shaped by forces that bring us together and by forces that pull us apart.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
And yet, through good times and tough times, we've withstood it all. A nation of pioneers and explorers, of dreamers and doers, of ancestors native to this land, of ancestors who came by force, the nation of immigrants.
Oh no! I know what you're doing. A nation of immigrants
Came to build a better life. A nation holding the torch of the most powerful idea ever in the history of the world. That all of us are created equal. That all of us deserve to be treated with dignity, justice, and fairness.
So you spoke all this. You have all this rant about the Statue of Liberty only to talk about immigrants and how we are all created equal. I have some words about that, but I will refrain from that. I will have further commentary maybe at the end of this show, but not right now. But this is also manipulation. Oh, you want to make it like what the Statue of Liberty stands for is like, oh yeah, the immigrants right now, all those immigrants, we are all created equal. Maybe that's what, like in California, they want. No, it's like they treat immigrants better than American citizens. But there's actual inequality in that sense. But again, that is a topic for another video. Let's continue. Joe Biden claims that climate change is responsible for the fires in California and the hurricane in North Carolina. All right, this was unsurprising.
Right now, the existential threat of climate change has never been clearer. Just look across the country, from California to North Carolina. That's why I signed the most significant climate and clean energy law ever in the history.
How many nuclear power plants did you build, Joe? How many nuclear power plants did you build? How many? I want to ask Perplexity right now. How many? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he built some of them, but I want to make sure, because I really don't know. Let's say. Say, well, he didn't build them himself, just like Elon didn't build the rockets himself. Okay, the Biden administration unveiled a roadmap in November 2024. November 2024. What took you so long? To triple the U.S. nuclear power capacity by 2050. Couldn't you do that at the start of your? No, this is highly hypocritical. You know that they begin to talk about climate change. Okay, talk about climate change. We are fine. Talk about that. How many nuclear power plants have you built? It's a simple question, Joe. Answer the question. Is that simple? Yeah, people. Yeah, Zabornik. People are working on smaller reactors. It would be safer, would be quicker to build, would be safer. We need more nuclear power, and every country needs that new technology. And we have way safer nuclear power right now than 20 or 30 years ago. But I've always said this: if you talk about climate change, or I don't know, weather change, or whatever you want to, or global warming, whatever you want to call it, that's okay. That's nice. Okay, go ahead. That is you're in your right to do so. But how many nuclear power plants have you built? how many times you have tried to push for nuclear power. That is important. Anybody, this is my rule. Every time you see somebody talking about climate change, immediately check what have they done for nuclear power. If they haven't moved a finger for nuclear power, they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites. It's that simple. And well, the cream of the crop, Joe Biden delivers his farewell address and graces us one last time with his unmatched ability to read teleprompter cues. And of quote, let me see, and it here.
Potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power, end of quote.
Maybe it was necessary to realize that he was, ending the quote. I'm going to give him a pass on this. But my summarized analysis of this is that there's a lot of gaslighting in here, of course. He wants to make it seem like he did some great things when we know that it was not the best. So many things that he did to undermine America's security because, well, you know that those Democrats needed to flip all those votes in all those states. It's a great thing that it didn't work in the end. And it's urgent. You know that point number 19 in Trump's campaign policies, and they have to secure United States elections, make them as secure as possible. But again, this was highly hypocritical, as usual, what we expect from Joe Biden. But I would love to know what do you think about this in the comments. It's your time to shine, and that's why I'm going to right now to the live chat. And the 20th cannot come fast enough. Agree, Jason Georgiou. Jason Georgiou. I agree that the 20th cannot come soon enough. Couldn't agree with you more. And we have the highlights of Pam Bondi right now. America has 1 billion thousand areas. I look outside my door, the climate changes every day. Oh, that is a classic one. Go Ogle. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. I remember that one. Thank you for watching Brandon's speech, so I didn't have to. He was also taking credit for the ceasefire in Gaza. I really don't comment much on that. I want to know more about what that ceasefire entails, but I know that Joe Biden was trying to take credit for that. Well, it is time to talk about Pam Bondi and her heroes that have been absolutely savage. We have a lot of stuff going on right now, and we'll be talking body language first and foremost, how she has defended herself against, how could I say that? How could I say this in a gentlemanly manner? The Democrats are absolutely savages in many ways, and they can be, say that they can be unpolite, is the word? No, there's a better word for that. Uneducated, aggressive. Let's see this clip. Pam Bondi is on fire. Senator, I'm here to answer your questions, not do your homework and study for you. She has been a savage. Let's watch this first clip to see what's going on. Well,
your job will be, I'm speaking, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election.
Well, we know that the 2020 election wasn't exactly fair, maybe not because of the election process itself, but all the misinformation and all the obstruction of information that was, Hunter Biden's laptop and how they controlled that. And we can remember all the millions that Mark Zuckerberg put into the Democrats. But well, you do you. You do
Well,
you.
to a different topic. 'cause I know
Senator,
that's one
you were
that you're obviously
speaking.
not comfortable
May
with.
I speak? You
I
cut
want
me
to ask
off
you the
when I
next
was
question.
speaking.
You can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi.
Well, I'd
now,
like
when
to
we met
answer
yesterday,
the previous one, Senator.
when we met yesterday,
You pointed your finger at me and
you
said
did not
you were
seem
speaking.
to be familiar
Let me answer
with
my question.
the
I'm not going to be
Citizenship
bullied by you,
Clause, the
Senator
14th
Padilla.
Amendment of the United States of America.
I'm trying to, present this in a way that you see that these people, like Mr. Welch, it can be, is this Welch or this is Padilla? I don't, this is Padilla. I think this is Padilla. The Welch is the one on his side. Is that are really arrogant in the way that they point with his finger, in the way that he doesn't allow her to answer the question, in the way that he interrupts her. He makes sure that is a strategy. All those are strategies to make it seem like not only that she is unprepared, but also trying to how to say this, destabilize her. Yeah, some of you are, it's, how old is she? She's 60 years old, by the way. They're taking out their frustration on her. Yeah, Castellano, you have a point. They are taking out their frustrations. They are very frustrated, and I wouldn't be surprised that they are trying to, put that in the worst way possible. But this continues.
Of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you
And I'm
didn't want to
hoping
hear
you're more
my
familiar
answer
with it
about
today
Pennsylvania.
after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me and this committee what the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as
You're
Attorney
the one
General,
asking for a confirmation
hey.
vote.
You see that she's answering the question, and he interrupts her. That is rude. That is like being in Piers Morgan's show. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm going to
homework
play
and
it
study
again.
for you. If I am confirmed as
You're
Attorney
the one
General,
asking for a confirmation
hey,
vote,
you
ma'am.
cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
Yeah, notice that she tries to, it's not de-escalate the attack, but also trying to, whatever happens, I will still be working with you. She says those words. That is important.
Working with you and state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, even how aggressive you have been today, pointing with his finger and all that stuff, very, very arrogant, very, I don't like his attitude. Even in that, given that she's willing to work with him, to, well, do the right thing. We know that Democrats, we already saw those Democrats, 145 Democrats voting against deporting criminals. 145 Democrats voting against deporting criminals. So you tell me how that works. Today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry.
Another thing is that her voice tone doesn't change. It is very stable. I'm guessing that she's used to this high pressure situations. She's used to people trying to bully her into submission. She's used to this kind of attacks. She can rehearse that as well. You can rehearse this kind of attacks. You have to just make sure to, no matter how many attacks you get, you remember that this is not personal. In many ways, this it's not personal. You have, or at least you have to frame your mind. Okay, this guy is attacking what I stand for, what I represent. Maybe it's not attacking me personally. Even if people are attacking you personally, you reframe that so that doesn't trigger you. Okay, this doesn't have to do with me. This has to do with what I stand for. That is a trick that I use. I give my clients as well this trick. You try to see every attack as it's not directed at you. Even if people call you names and add hominem attacks, okay, these people are actually desperate because they are trying to attack my ideas, what I stand for, but they're not truly personal attacks. That way, you can control better your reactions. You can control better your emotions because you know that this is not against you. Maybe they are scared, maybe they're angry, but not at you, but at what you stand for. Bondi just roasted a California Senator, Adam Schiff. You're also worried about Liz Cheney. You know what we should be worried about? The crime rate in California right now is through the roof. Your robberies are 87% higher than the national average. Oh my God, this was a brutal takedown.
I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one
Based
has
on what
asked
you
me
know.
to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a
The
hypothetical.
president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called
also
the
worried
president.
about Liz Cheney,
The
Senator.
president has.
Notice that Adam Schiff is trying to make an argument out of a hypothetical. He's trying to build an argument about something that hasn't happened, and we don't know if it has effectively, been requested or taken place. And she's trying to make it clear that hasn't been requested and that hasn't happened. But Adam Schiff actually wants it to be about that. So you have to be very on the lookout when you're in an argument. When you're having an argument with somebody and that somebody is trying to accuse you of things that are in the future. How can people accuse you of things that are in the future? Is this Minority Report? This is I don't know. You remember, right? The Department of Pre-Crime. They can accuse you of something that you will be doing in the future. No, they can't. And this is the kind of thing that can upset you because you think, oh, this is so unfair. Why are you accusing me of something that is in the future, that hasn't happened and might not happen? Okay, because we know that Trump has said so many things, and Trump already has said so many things in a way to confuse the media as well. That is a strategy. Looking forward to Inauguration Day. You know that the media is so confused. Aren't you really going to try to annex Canada and Greenland and change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America? And many things. Trump knows how to manipulate and the mainstream media, so they ultimately are completely lost. What do we do? To the point that you remember that CNN asked Justin Trudeau directly to his face, do you think Trump is going to go ahead and, annex Canada to the United States at that point? So this is something that you need to be aware of. I'm going to play the clip again so you can see it again.
I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator.
Factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney. Okay.
No one
Based
has
on
asked
what you
me
know.
No one has asked
to
me.
investigate.
No one has asked me to investigate Liz Cheney. It's as clear as it gets.
Liz Cheney. That is a
The
hypothetical.
president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked.
Wait a second. Okay. He said.
You are aware. The president has called for it.
Okay, he says the president in the sense that Donald Trump was the 45th president, is going to be the 47th president, but he's not the president right now. He can say whatever he wants, but even if when he's sworn in, he can say many things, and all the things is that they effectively happen. So again, you have to be in the lookout. Are they accusing you of a hypothetical, something that hasn't happened, something that might not happen at all. You have to be in the lookout of this.
Publicly, you are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called-
also
the
worried about
president-
Liz Cheney,
the
Senator.
president has
You know what
called
we
for
should
this-
be worried about?
Ms. Bondi,
the
please
crime rate
answer
in
my
California
questions.
right now
You
is
are
through
aware,
the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your robberies
Ms.
are
Bondi,
87%
my
higher
question-
than the national
my question
average.
is this.
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is
focused
this.
on, Senator.
Do you have the
If I'm
power to
confirmed
say
as
no to
attorney-
the
Now the question is, do you have the power to say no to the president? He just changed. He knew that he couldn't ask or have an argument over a hypothetical, so he changed the question. This can be really upsetting. This takes a lot of nerve and control to be able to do this and have control of your emotions. Very, very hard. And by the way, Adam Schiff was caught. He was doing the Biden nap during the hearing. Was napping. Hey, he was sleeping. He was doing the Biden nap. It seems that they say that is good for their neurological abilities, for cognitive acuity. That's why Biden is so cognitively acute. Right? Pam Bondi, I don't have to say anything. Let's see the context of this.
I have to say also, really troubled, deeply disturbed by some of your responses and non-responses to the questions that you've been asked today. You have to be able to say that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. You dodged that question when you were asked directly by Senator Durbin. You have to be able to say that January 6th insurrectionists who committed violence shouldn't be pardoned.
You said that I have to sit up here and say these things. No, I don't. I sit up here and speak the truth. I'm not going to sit up here and say anything that I need to say to get confirmed by this body. I don't have to say anything. I will answer the questions to the best of my ability.
Oh, right. That was savage. There was that very quick pause. She doubted a little in
I sit
there.
up here and speak the truth.
Right before she says, "Speak the truth." She had just a slight misstep in
No,
there.
I don't. I sit up here and speak the truth. I'm not going to sit up here and say anything that I need to say to get confirmed by this body. I don't have to say anything. I will answer the questions to the best of my ability.
All right, that was savage. And this one was perhaps my favorite. Incredible back and forth between Massey Hirono and Pam Bondi. I'm going to play the video. This is better playing the video than me narrating it. And I go for it right now.
During the election, during the campaign. First, are the felons convicted of breaking into the Capitol on January 6th hostages or patriots? I'm quoting Trump, as President-elect Trump has said repeatedly. Do you agree with his characterization of the felons that I referred to?
I am not familiar with that statement, Senator.
I just familiarized you with that statement. Do you agree with that statement?
I'm not familiar with it, Senator.
No answer. He has also said
No, she's not familiar. She answered, I'm not familiar.
illegal immigration is poisoning the blood of our nation.
Yes.
He said that in December 2023. Do you agree
Because
with
it's
that
true.
statement?
Senator, I am not familiar with that statement, but what I can tell you is I went to the border a few months ago. I went to Yuma, Arizona, and what I saw at that border was horrific, Senator. It was horrific.
Ms. Bondi,
I went to a rape crisis center.
that
If
is
I could
not my
finish,
question.
I went to a rape crisis.
She is having a recollection. Let's go back. Let's take if that was or no the question.
With it, Senator.
No answer. He has also said illegal immigration is poisoning the blood of our nation.
Trump has said illegal immigration is poisoning the blood of America.
He said that in December 2023. 3. Do you agree with that statement?
Do you agree with that statement? Okay, that is a yes or no question. This is the delicate parts. You have to be on the lookout for this. And she's really intelligent, Pam Bondi, because she doesn't say just yes or no. She does some kind of storytelling about her experience at the border.
Senator, I am not familiar with that statement.
She is saying that she is not aware that that statement has actually been said.
But what I can tell you is I went to the border a few months ago. I went to Yuma, Arizona, and what I saw at that border was horrific.
It's a way of saying that I don't recall Trump saying that, but in a sense, well, what I saw at the border was horrific. So maybe it's agreeing with the statement, but she wants to make sure that she's not aware of the statement, or at least she says that she's not aware of the statement.
Senator, it was horrific.
Ms. Bondi,
I went to a rape crisis center.
That is
If I could
not my
finish,
question.
I went to a rape crisis center. Well, I'm not familiar with the statement, but I went to a
to
rape
the
crisis
next-
center.
Let
I
me
met
get
with
to the
Border
important-
Patrol
Perhaps.
agents. I'm sure you've been to the
Ms.
border
Bondi,
as well, so
I
you
want to
could
get
answer
to my
that.
next question.
I want to get to my next question. Yeah, it's like this. I'm sure you have been to the border. Oh, no, next question. Next question. This is the kind of grill questions that are made to upset the person. The person is very important that you don't lose your nerve, and these are great examples that we can use in our daily lives in arguments. When people are trying to have an argument in bad faith, people are trying to make you react the wrong way, you have to remember how these high-profile people can defend themselves in these hearings, and how do they do that? You have to be in the lookout when somebody's asking a question, and the question is, for example, a hypothetical, or it's in bad faith, or they want you to answer about something that you're not aware of, or they want you to, assume a yes or no position, and all of that you can remember to breathe and, give the answer that you know that you can give. But I would like to know what do you think about this in the comments. Let me see the live chat. Yeah, Bondi is the best choice. She kind of gangster. Okay, there's some doubts. So thankful I don't live in a blue state, says Trump 1-3. And the Dems have a hissy fit of they're not allowed to answer any question in any way they want to answer, even if they're not related to the question. Yeah, it's a way of cornering you. It's a way of always cornering you into a position to make sure that you, let's say that you maybe lose your nerve or answer something that will undermine maybe your credibility or your record, or maybe contradict yourself. This is something that you have to practice. This is something that you have absolutely before these hearings. It's something that Bondi, with all her experience, she must have practiced before not to fall in these traps. Because yes, these are literal traps. But we need to talk about a different kind of entrapment. We need to talk about a different kind of entrapment. Let me rest from my headphones for a second. Let's talk about a different kind of entrapment. I think was that my last analysis of Biden? It's like those questions that you see online, and at some point of your life, you burn a CD for the last time and you didn't know, and you begin to think, "Oh, right, I have never ever burned a CD again." When was the last time? I don't remember. At some point at some point of my life, I will analyze Joe Biden for one last time, and maybe Kamala Harris for one last time, and I will never analyze them again. I guess that with Biden is much more probable because so many people love Kamala. So many people love Momala. I'm one who supports Kamala for 2028. Supports Kamala for 2028. We're talking about narcissists. We're talking about people who want to manipulate. And there are levels to this game. And you know that one of the topics, the fourth topic, today we're going to cover only 4 topics. Today is going to be a shortish show. I want to fix a couple things of my show. I still have to edit and publish what happens in yesterday's show. By the way, it was amazing, arriving to 700,000 subscribers. But we need to address for the Royal Rogue. We need to address that for the Duchess of Sausages. You know, that we are talking about manipulators, we're talking about narcissists, and we're talking about levels to this game. Maybe at some point Meghan Markle was an amateur, then she became a professional, but lately, well, it has been harder and harder to keep that professional narcissist manipulator status, you know, professional toxic personality, because virtually everybody is calling her out, even TMZ. You know, TMZ, the ultimate gossip portal. Harry's gray suit, the disaster tourists are getting raped by TMZ. And what is this? Why do I don't have captions? I'm going to generate the captions just in case, because it's incredible that if TMZ is against you, then what is left? What is left for your game? I think that I'm pretty sure that Harry wants to go back to the UK. And I have so many of my lovely body language buddies are from the UK. Wonderful country. Sadly, it's being run by Keir Starmer right now. So many troubles with so many bad actors, bad politicians. And I hope that they don't get Harry back. Maybe Harry should stay in California. But at the same time, I have many friends in California, and I don't know. It's they don't deserve that. Let's watch this. TMZ going against the Duchess of Sausages.
Got some images that turned into a big controversy this weekend. The images were of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle with the mayor of Pasadena walking through some of the rubble.
You remember that at first was TMZ who had released the pictures, as in, oh, Meghan is visiting. There's, whatever happened in Pasadena. What do they have to do with Pasadena? I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Crazy Cool D. Hello, Jesus Enrique Rosas. I am a member now. Thank you for this show. My pleasure, Crazy Cool D. And welcome. Welcome. Maybe we will have a members only after show. I still don't know. I have a bit of a complicated evening. But we continue with this rip. Oh, play.
The ruins, what was Altadena, just getting a tour of this. And then after that, they were seen at Jose Andres. The chef was here with his World Kitchen.
They were at the Pasadena Convention Center, where there's it's basically for people who don't have a place to go.
Who've been displaced, and so he's providing food, and they were there volunteering with him. Seemed like they were doing some good, right?
Seemed they were doing some good. Remember that the reports is that they were there a total of 17 minutes.
Joining the relief effort. Justine Bateman, remember from Family Ties? Well, she does not see it that way at all, and has just...
She really went in on them.
Yes, here's what she had to say. Meghan Markle and Harry are no better than ambulance chasers. What a repulsive photo op they achieved.
Yeah, this is something that you see not only people from Hollywood, people from gossip sites, people, photographers. It used to be only, that is a bunch of YouTubers there's a bunch of crazy YouTubers that are, stirring hate. I have never attacked Meghan personally or Harry personally. I'm just, making fun of their antics, and that's it. But even so, now you see the mainstream people going after them and calling them out, and we will have another right after this.
They are touring the damage. Are they politicians now? They don't live here. They are tourists, disaster tourists.
So I got to say about this, I found it crazy that there are people, most people cannot get into these areas, especially Altadena.
That thing that I was saying yesterday, that people cannot get into their own homes in the areas where their homes were burned. They cannot access their own streets, their own neighborhoods. They cannot. Imagine that you have the news that your entire street or your neighborhood was eaten by the flames, and you want to access your loss, what you lost, what was left of your house, and you cannot access that, and you find out that the two grifters had access to, well, only the neighborhood, and they were taking pictures next to your house, like, hey, look at this. This one was destroyed. It was almost destroyed. Yeah, it's something which is quite unsettling. How do they have that privilege? How can they access those areas that way?
And they don't even know if their homes are still there because they're not letting people in. For Meghan and Harry to show up from Montecito, where they don't have a home there, and they're the ones that get in and they get a tour, for what reason are they getting a tour? So, I mean, I don't know what the ambulance chaser thing means or what.
I know what the ambulance chaser means, is that you're chasing the disgrace of people for profit. Well, you're chasing an ambulance. If you don't understand that, even I understand that. I remember that was a reference on a movie. The first time I saw that in a movie was I'm going for a meeting with a client who says this attorney, a very cheap attorney, and he was in the car speaking of his cell phone, and he was actually driving right behind an ambulance. So that was your ambulance chaser
or whatnot. But why are they getting a tour of this? For what purpose? What are they going to do?
Agreed. It does seem like ill use of resources to bring them in there.
Let the homeowners in to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not sitting well with people in the community, too, because, look, if you have a celebrity escorted in, beyond the yellow tape, it's kind of like, well, what is their reason? And
we know that Meghan's reason is to appear like she's doing something, like she is like at Uvalde. Oh, I'm with the community. I'm here. I'm supporting. I'm doing my part. But the problem is that you have absolutely nothing to do here. Like, personally, right? You could support this neighborhood. You could support these people in a number of ways. Maybe you could update your Instagram account. I don't know if you did. That would be more than enough. You updated your Archwell website, whatever. That's the way that you can help. Because trying to go for pictures in the disaster area, that's what's... there's something wrong with your head, Meghan. I have to say, I've said that so many times. There's something wrong with her, in which she has realized that she has to remain current at any costs. And the one who is paying the ultimate cost is, of course, Netflix, because, well, she doesn't really care about reputation. I've explained this in more than one video on my channel, The Royal Rogue, that Meghan is not actually after the money. She likes the money, of course. Money buys many things for the Duchess of Sussex, but for her, it's much more important the attention, grabbing the attention. That is paramount for her. That's why I remember a video that I had that was making this commentary, and that she would have never married a billionaire, an anonymous billionaire. You know, maybe a billionaire who works on a construction industry, and nobody really knows who he is. She wouldn't have liked that. She wanted somebody who would give her immediate clout worldwide. And yes, marrying into the royal family was part of that big plan. It's not much about the money, because Harry doesn't have that much money. And we have to talk about that, right? How money is always at this verge of running out, but they are still, they still have the rent a royals options. We have spoken of that at large. And that's the reason. That's why she does this, for attention. For attention. Well, I have a video about Kelly Osbourne about that.
It's, we want to raise awareness. There is no more awareness that needs to be raised. We know the destruction that happened there. We know that there's 20,000 GoFundMes of people that have lost their home. There is no business for them to look at the destruction.
Yeah, but the business is being seen at the destruction. Barstool Sports, we're seeing accounts that usually don't have anything to do with Meghan and Harry, have not mentioned them ever. Their topics have nothing to do with royals or even celebrity gossip. And you have this, Barstool Sports. Big thanks are in order to Netflix for leaving the comments on under the trailer for Meghan Markle's insufferable new lifestyle show. This sounds more like the Babylon Bee. So even Barstool Sports, that has nothing to do even with celebrity gossip, they are jumping in. They're jumping into the action. That's how, that's the level that we have. We also have this, Resting Dollface. Big shout out to Resting Dollface. Make sure to follow her YouTube channel. It's not about me. That's why the camera is on my face and I hold 3 heavy branded bags by myself, so it looks like I am a strong, independent woman who did this all by myself. Meghan made sure to be seen accidentally, helping, and I helping with my huge LA cab. There's a video about this, but I'm not going to show you. We already have seen so many of Meghan's body language by this point that it was not that much interesting. We already analyzed her body language the other day, and we knew that she was already bored. You remember that chin jut that she was when she was around people? Oh no, I'm around the peasants. I don't want to be around the peasants. And Kelly Osbourne, this is the video that I wanted to show you. This is important. Slams disturbing celebrity trend of Hollywood stars. Which Hollywood stars? Which Hollywood stars? I don't know which Hollywood stars are using the wildfires for photo ops and publicity. Is it just me being my usual cynical self, or is it really disturbing to see all of these celebrities using other people's pain and suffering as a photo op? I don't know, but I think that I don't know which celebrities she was talking about. I haven't seen many celebrities actually, being slammed on social media because they were doing this kind of stuff, taking advantage of victims and the fires. And maybe she was actively denouncing Meghan and Harry without mentioning Meghan and Harry, but they are not actually. Well, she has to say Hollywood celebrities. She has to say Hollywood celebrities. Maybe she wanted to make it like a blanket statement.
Okay, I have a question. Is it just me being my normal overthinking, cynical self? Or is it really disturbing to see all of these celebrities using other people's pain and suffering as a photo op to say, look, I'm helping, I'm doing this, I'm doing that? I don't believe you help so that you can get attention for helping. I believe you just help because you want to. I'm so confused. I think it's so wrong. No one asked you to come out and give hugs.
And yeah, that was on point. That was on point. We know that who she's talking about. She mentioned the hugs. You know that Megan was hugging everybody that day. She was making sure everybody realized that she's a hugger. In those 17 minutes.
No one asked you to come out.
No one asked you to come out of Montecito, perhaps.
And give hugs.
And give hugs. Oh, no. Well, some of you are mentioning Kelly Osbourne's appearance. I think that she was like this way before Ozempic was a thing. She had already slimmed down a lot many years ago. I think this is my. I think I remember her like this, like a long time ago. But again, we have the issue that Megan, you remember Megan with her Los Angeles cap, that they are using this for self-promotion. And the self-promotion was not approved by Netflix. And that's why the people at Netflix are pissed. And that's why they had to push. We're respecting. Today, I would be slamming the first episode. I don't know. Maybe they are going to release. What do you think? Do you think that they are going to release that show, all the episodes at once, or they're going to release one every week? What do you think? I don't know what they're going to do with this, with that show, that cooking show, with Love Megan. But today I would be analyzing her first show, and no, we will have to wait until March. You will have to wait until March 4th to not watch the Megan show, but to watch my analysis and my commentary of her show. I'm going to watch it so you don't have to. I'm sure that Netflix is going to get angry at me for this, but what the hell, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take one for the team still. I remember that, and we had that gathering in which we watched the entire Harry and Meghan documentary from start to finish. That was painful. It was 3 episodes first. I remember that when we were through halfway through the episode 5, I didn't want to leave anymore. It was so long. And episode 6, I have no recollection of anything. I think I passed out. I don't remember. I just erased that from my brain just to have more space for more useful things. Like I don't know. What can be so many things that can be more useful than that. Oh my God. Yeah, sacrifice of brain cells fight like hell. It's something. It's a sacrifice that I'm willing to do. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to do. But again, this is the news of the Montecito duo. They're trying to make some kind of damage control of what they did. There's having this backlash at Netflix, and I don't think they're going for a renewal of that 5-year. It has been very long 5 years indeed of that contract. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Let's see the live chat. Oh, we already 701,000. Thanks, Living to Learn. Megan's show is like Schrodinger's cat, both dead and alive at the same time. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. There was a super chat that I forgot to mention. Marie Horan, thank you, Marie. Thank you, Marie Horan. You always send those awesome super chats. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to not watch Markle's Netflix show. Yes. I know. I really want to watch it. I really want to know what is it about. So, well, I don't know if today is gonna be an after show for members, but I need to I need to fix a couple things here. And if there's a members after show, I will let you know. Just make sure to keep your notifications on YouTube and check. Maybe you can check in 1 hour. If you can check in that 1 hour, in all cases, it would be in exactly 1 hour starting from this moment. Okay, if there's a members after show, will be at that time. Maybe you will get a notification. You know that YouTube is can be a pain with notifications. Sometimes they just don't arrive. So make sure that if you're a member of my channel, make sure you go and check. My body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And until we meet in another video or another live tomorrow on episode 65, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.